By 2026, the internet is saturated with claims of instant wealth. Everywhere, there is a promise that AI generates income with minimal effort. But there is an economic reality often left out of these claims. When everyone has access to the same powerful AI tools, the market faces a surge in supply for basic outputs. This supply and demand graph shows the result. When a technology allows anyone to produce a basic commodity instantly, the supply curve shifts outward. This drives the market value of that specific output towards zero. This raises a question about the viability of these methods. We need to see if people are generating real income or if the hype is masking a crowded market. To test this, I ran a 7-day experiment, starting with no existing audience or prior experience. I wanted to see what a client is actually willing to pay for in this environment. By stripping away the viral narratives, we can audit the actual economic friction involved in making AI-assisted services profitable. The first 2 days focused on basic AI content writing. I used AI to generate blog posts and captions, then listed those services on standard freelance platforms. The results were limited. High competition meant I was constantly outbid by lower-priced competitors, and after 48 hours, the total return was $10. On days 3 and 4, I shifted to AI thumbnail design. I sent direct pitches to 30 different small-scale creators to see if a more visual service would yield a better response. This outreach resulted in 2 clients and a total of $40. While this was better than writing, the effort required to secure those clients was significant relative to the payout. These early attempts illustrate the commodity trap, where a service is viewed as a basic, interchangeable part of a larger project. As this pipeline shows, selling an isolated AI task leaves the work of assembly to the client. If they still have to spend time integrating your work into their final product, you haven't removed their primary source of friction. These unintegrated tasks are priced purely on production cost. When that cost is near zero due to AI, the market price follows. On days 5 and 6, I pivoted towards short-form video editing. This market has a higher baseline demand as creators look to fill Reels and Shorts feeds. The response was faster. I earned $120 over 2 days, suggesting that video content carries a higher perceived value than raw text or single images. On the final day, I combined these skills. I offered a package that included the script, video editing, and thumbnail in a single workflow. This diagram shows the shift from an isolated skill to a complete solution. By bundling the tasks, the client no longer has to manage 3 different workflows. One client purchased this integrated service for $150. The experiment suggests that value isn't found in the AI tool itself, but in removing the friction of a complex process for the buyer. Over the 7-day period, the total earnings reached $320. There is a clear divide in the data. High-effort, piecemeal tasks, writing and basic design, showed a low yield despite time pitching. The integrated solution provided the highest return from a single interaction. It required more technical setup, but solved a broader problem. These results indicate that AI is an operational tool rather than a standalone business model. Using it to generate a raw product is less effective than using it to facilitate a finished service. For those looking to use these tools, the data suggests moving away from low-barrier, isolated tasks that are easily replicated by others. In this 7-day test, profit didn't come from AI's speed, but from bundling outputs into a result the client could use immediately.